Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to open by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land we're meeting on today, the Gadigal people, and also acknowledge the traditional owners of all the resources communities around Australia on which they host our industry and are fundamental to its success. So this afternoon, it's a pleasure to be here today to address you and give you a bit of information around what the Department of Mines, Petroleum and Exploration and the Western Australian Government more broadly is up to in the critical minerals space. So we really see that we're at the forefront of the global transformation being driven by the demand for critical minerals. And today I would like to outline what we're doing, what we've done, and more importantly, what we're going to do in the future to make sure that we're ready for this really critical industry. So in terms of Western Australia's resources sector, it's been the backbone of Western Australia for over 100 years. The most recent data from 2024 shows that Western Australia is the top supplier globally for iron ore and also for lithium as well as garnet. We're also ranked as second largest for alumina, third largest for rare earth elements, and fourth largest for cobalt, and fifth largest for nickel. So it's not just iron ore, there's a range of minerals that we're really focused on. And that led to, in 2024, that led to $223 billion worth of sales from the mining industry. So it's a really significant number. And potentially even more importantly, is that led to direct employment by the mining industry of 135,693 full-time equivalent positions, and that's just direct employment, not all the support industries that sit around it. So the resources sector really is central to Western Australia's economy. But over 65,000 of those jobs are from the iron ore industry, which means quite a lot of that activity is centred and generated from the iron ore industry, which is really why we're really keen to get into critical minerals further than we already are. So the fact that we need to diversify our resources sector into new commodities, into new places and new customers is driving a range of the activities that have happened. But certainly critical minerals aren't new to Western Australia. As the world's largest supplier of lithium, we're uniquely positioned to continue to grow that market. And I'll talk a bit more about that soon. But also as a major supplier of rare earth elements, we're one of the few processors outside of China, and that gives us a unique position in a global context to leverage new supply chains and diversify global sources for rare earth element supplies. And the critical minerals industry in itself is already generating 23,000 full-time equivalent jobs and $10 billion worth of sales. So it's already significant, particularly at an Australian scale. That's a significant amount of revenue and jobs. And that's $5 billion from lithium, around $3 billion from nickel, a bit over $1 billion from mineral sands, $500 million from manganese, and about $200 million from cobalt. And that's on top of about $7.5 billion from alumina and $1 billion from copper. So we're already playing in the critical and strategic minerals space, but we know there's a lot happening globally, and we need to roll with that. So I'd like, in terms of particular projects that are up and running and happening already, there's in the lithium space, there's the Tianqi IGO project, which has a downstream processing components. We're already focused on downstream because we know the importance of that for secure supply chains. We've got Albemarle Corporation's project at Kemerton, a bit south of Perth, and the Covalent Lithium's Mount Holland project. So we've got at least 3 lithium projects with downstream processing already happening. And in the rare earth space, we've got 2 projects with downstream processing already happening. That's Lynas Rare Earths Kalgoorlie project and Iluka Resources Eneabba refinery. So we're already there, but as we've heard a lot about this conference already, there's significant global challenges, and we need to work through them. I won't go through the challenges. You've heard about them. You all know about them. Probably what's more important is what we're doing about those challenges. So I'll start with exploration. It's just been added to our department's title, so it must be important. And exploration in the department is led by the Geological Survey of Western Australia, and they really are at the forefront. And one of the things that they've been leading is a paradigm shift in the exploration of hard rock lithium, particularly in identifying new prospective zones beyond the traditionally known pegmatite-hosted deposits. And so what's happening is we're leveraging the advanced publicly available geochemical, geophysical and mineralogical data and redefining the understanding of geological environments conducive to lithium mineralization. So rather than relying solely on the established lithium-bearing signatures, we're encouraging exploration models that integrate regional tectonics, deep crustal structures, and unconventional host lithologies. So really that shift is expanding the search space into unexplored areas, particularly terrains and greenstone belts that may have been overlooked in the past. And so we think these developments could be game changers in ramping up discoveries for the sector. Obviously, discoveries in this industry aren't enough in and of themselves to get to the outcomes that we're looking for, which is why we've got a range of initiatives already in place and rolling through. So focused on the onshore value adding component, which is really important in the government's overall economic diversification strategy. We've got a battery and critical mineral strategy, which is all about being internationally competitive and local processing. And focus areas there include enabling infrastructure and project-ready land, research and skills development, and Western Australia already really strong resources sector, so making sure we've got the talented people available for the critical mineral sector is absolutely fundamental. Ensuring robust environmental frameworks, but also effective and efficient environmental frameworks, and certainly in 2024, I was in the Environment Department leading a range of reforms to make the environmental framework more effective and efficient, and it's a premier priority, so it continues to evolve and grow to be easier to get from discovery through to production from a government perspective. It's got a focus on shared benefits with Aboriginal people, as well as early engagement and getting effective agreement making happening, and specifically backing strategically important projects. So what does that look like in practice? One example is when the lithium prices were down recently, we put up to $150 million in support to industry. That included $90 million in downstream processing fee waivers, about $10 million in port and tenement fee relief, as well as a $50 million interest-free loan facility for lithium miners. In the vanadium space, we're also really excited about vanadium and its opportunities for long duration energy storage as we transition away. We've only got one coal-fired power station left, which means and that's on a schedule for transition, so we're really excited about the potential for vanadium in the electricity system, and we've got Minister Sanderson, our Energy Minister, here talking as well, though I'm sure we'll talk more about that. And we're also backing it by procuring a 50 megawatt, 10-hour Western Australian-made vanadium flow battery out in Kalgoorlie, which should be up and running by 2029. And we're also supporting it with royalty relief. So we've only got a 2.5% royalty rate on vanadium products and a 0 royalty rate on midstream production for vanadium electrolytes. So we're really pulling out all the stops to make it an attractive place to invest in these minerals. And we're also working with the private sector to develop a vanadium electrolyte production battery assembly in Kalgoorlie. And another example of the direct action we're taking is what we call our exploration incentive scheme, which is where we partner with industry and provide grants to undertake exploration, drilling, and other pre-competitive geoscience activities. That's been a really well received and oversubscribed process. We've just awarded another $7.3 million through that, and that was announced a few weeks ago. So that's really great to see, and certainly critical minerals feature heavily. Copper also. So there's a range of great projects moving forward with our support there, and we've allocated another $8.9 million for that fund for the next round as well. So that's really great. Really great to see the interest from industry and those grants rolling out the door. We also have, like many states, an industry attraction fund, and that has a dedicated new energy industry stream within it, which absolutely picks up critical minerals. So that's a $60 million fund to 5 projects, and in that $60 million, there's $15 million went to Pilbara Minerals for a demonstration scale electric spodumene calciner aimed at producing high-value battery products, and $4 million to a graphite project from International Graphite at Springdale. So the good news is that round's done, but there's another 60 million on the table, and that is open as we speak, closing in November. So if it's of interest, please get in touch and we can provide you with all the details on that one. We know that these new industries require strategic development-ready land as well, as I mentioned earlier. So we have what we call our Strategic Industries Fund, and that's a really important one too. So it's really all about unlocking our strategic industrial areas located around Western Australia, dedicated to particular industries. So critical minerals is front and centre on the strategic industrial areas front as well. We already had $500 million in there, and this financial year we've tipped in another $500 million, so that's $1 billion going towards common user infrastructure and other things to unlock that industry-ready land. Another element for critical minerals is what we call our Critical Minerals Advanced Processing Common User Facility, which is all about providing pilot plant and equipment for small and medium-sized enterprises to undertake trial downstream processing of critical minerals and strategic minerals at that demonstration scale where they really struggle to attract the capital for each project to invest in that equipment. So we think that'll be a game changer. We put $100 million on the table for that, and we're working with the Commonwealth Government to also put in $100 million. So that's well into the feasibility studies now and really exciting, and again, great feedback from industry. And also building on this is a range of Commonwealth initiatives. Now, we've all seen the news from last night. We're still trying to unpack that, but we welcome what was already on the table in terms of a strategic reserve and the other industries that the Commonwealth Government have been leading. So we're really looking forward to continuing to partner with them as we go through this journey together. And I touched on it before, but really traditional owner engagement is a key component to success of the resources sector, including the critical minerals sector. And we've been putting a lot of effort into making sure we can lay the right foundations for successful agreement making with traditional owners. Western Australia is unique in the amount of native title claims it has in the area under native title claims. So we're doing a review on our Aboriginal heritage as well at the moment. So we're really keen to see effective early engagement and agreement making leading to quick approval times and getting onto ground once these as quick as possible after these discoveries have been made. And really, I guess that's the main things I wanted to touch on for the presentation. In closing, I think Western Australia really has an amazing mineral endowment. I'm relatively new to Western Australia, I've only been here for a couple of years, and it really has amazed me just how much potential the resources sector has in Western Australia. And you can see we're already delivering in the critical mineral space. We've already got downstream value adding, but we've still got a lot to do. So looking forward to partnering with the Commonwealth and with industry to really take it to the next level as we move forwards. And so thank you for the opportunity to speak today. It's been a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your conference, and that's it from me. Thank you.